I know there are times where we've gone through very different seasons,
Oh, wow.
ourselves. We've gone through different seasons of life.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just want to encourage someone out there, like when we were getting married, our backgrounds were totally different.
Completely.
And I think up till now, we still find ourselves rubbing each other the wrong way because we are not perfect, really.
Yeah, definitely.
And many times once we interrogate the situations we are in, or what people call progressive discussions, because we've had them,
Yes.
and we still have them, really.
Yes.
We are not perfect.
Yeah.
We realize it has a lot to do with our upbringing.
Yes.
How you are brought up, your family,
Yes.
you being a Nairobian,
Born in Nairobi.
me being a Shagsmondo, what we call someone from the village, our view of things was totally different.
Completely.
Do you think we are trying in gelling? Have we made progress
One of the things I think...
in becoming one, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually we have.
Okay.
Because when I analyze our life, it's not... We discuss these things as if, wow, they are part of it.
Yeah.
We are just moving along with it. And having lived with me in the same place, you've seen where I was born up in Nairobi, and you've seen the mindset we have. People were born up in Nairobi. And I've come to your shags where you're born up. I have seen the families you have. I have interacted with so many of them. Personally, I think it adds value.
Okay.
It adds value to the marriage.
But remember the first day you came to our house, you were like, "Yani, people can talk and shout at the same time," because we were all talking, we were all loud, we were all making noise, laughing, of course, enjoying.
Yes.
And I remember your first question was, "You mean people can talk like till the late hours of the night?"
Morning, yes.
Yeah.
As we are used to a different type of atmosphere. It was more dysfunction or something like that. It's sorry that it has to happen, but sometimes there are people who come from tough backgrounds. Even where you lived, maybe a slum or a low-cost house, doesn't matter. But the point being that thing impacted you. And so when you bring in somebody else into your life, that's a point for clashing.
Yeah.
So as you said, we come from different backgrounds.
Yeah, and because of our different backgrounds, we've had several fights,
Oh, yeah.
which we've been able to sort. I think because we understand that where we've come from, there are things we need to keep shedding off as we move on, right?
Yes.
And then also, of course, being intentional. At least we didn't bury our heads in the sand and say, we won't handle this or we won't handle that. When challenges come, we want to face them head on.
You see, when you insist on your way, again, you're just being selfish. How can you...
And you know me, I can insist, being a firstborn.
But how can you enjoy life if you're not willing to give up something for somebody else? Again, not being selfish. You are willing to give up for a neighbor, for a relative. How about the person you love? You say you claim to love the most.
Yeah.
That's why marriage is so tough and so beautiful at the same time.
Okay.
You give up something for somebody and you see them progressing and you're happy for them. But at the same time, you give it up and you're hurting yourself because you have to give up something you really love and you really want for yourself. Selfishness, again, you must come to a point where you mature and say, you know what? It's worth giving up something for somebody else.
And I think selfishness is really destroying our families. Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
At very, well, husband and wife, but also even brothers and sisters and all that. I mean, selfishness is really a big killer.
And we should not hide. We should not hide on this idea that we are Africans and we have a traditional setup. Even in the traditional setup, there was a lot of selfishness.
Yeah.
It's just that we were so diplomatic about expressing our selfishness, as opposed to today when we have democratic rights. That in my democratic right, you will not take advantage of me. Traditionally, you had to express it in a soft way, in a very diplomatic way, and get your own way. But since there was no option for divorce and separation, you tried to get along in the same space.
So marriage and selfishness cannot go together.
They don't work.